All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Coin Notes, the 5-minute crypto show designed to help you keep current in everything going on in the crypto market. It's really hard to keep up, so that's what this is for. Whether you're watching it right now or you're watching it tomorrow, hopefully it covers some things that you should be watching. Three things that I want to cover today. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin's price and levels I was looking at last week and also this week. Past that, I want to look at ETH and alts, as it seems to be unanimous now that everyone thinks ETH, ICOs, and tokens are all done. So I kind of want to look at what the ETH channel is showing that we looked at last week, how I'm positioned for alts, and kind of my thoughts there. Past that, I want to look at one crypto Twitter topic, which seems to have people talking, and that's liquidity. Two different situations, same concepts. We'll look at Dentacoin and we'll look at slippage with Bitcoin trading. Should be good. Let's get right into it. First off as well, throw a like, throw a comment, throw a subscribe. Let me know if you're still alive out there. Comment and tell me you are. Like it if you enjoy this. And obviously subscribe to see updates going forward. Looking at Bitcoin and levels that we were watching last week, and I covered this in the show at what I was looking at, not a call, just an observation. Right? I mapped out support levels that I thought were interesting, that I thought were significant, that I thought would have a nice reaction if price were to get down to them. 6K was that first level. That's the February low, capitulation low back in Feb. Then we also have the 2018 low, 5,800 if this level breaks. I still think those are the support levels to watch. Those are levels that I'm watching. And if I was to take a long, that's where I'd be looking. The resistances that are kind of keeping any bullish bias I have in check, and really I wouldn't be bullish until we were able to cross above those, are going to be 66 and 6,800. That hasn't changed, and we still haven't retested those. Right, so right now we're in the pretty much the exact middle of that range. Those are the only two levels that will that get me interested really at all. Looking at smaller time frame stuff, pretty high volatility back and forth. This looks like an FX chart of rollover. I'm not too interested at trading kind of these inter-range levels. Some smaller time frame guys on Twitter, they're really good at that. Not my style. Past that, let's look at ETH. Let's look at all the alts. I like to use ETH Bitcoin as this channel, which has been an excellent guide at determining whether alts and all of alts and ETH is cheaper or expensive priced in Bitcoin. Looking back when ETH has touched this green line, that's been the start of the previous two bull runs for alts, right? So last week we covered as it touched this, and for me on Twitter, I played an ETH long, I played a WAN long, gave her 10% pop on both, able to get out above break even or at break even for both, right? Very short-lived jump from any of the alts. A lot of people are now looking at this and saying, yes, the channel definitely broke, and now it's not a helpful guide at all. It was never a helpful guide. To me, it was actually still helpful even as it broke, right? If you're very active, if you were looking for shorts, gave you an opportunity to short. For me, I was already short EOS and Ripple, gives you more conviction to hold on to those shorts, right? It's also kind of another guide or another sign, if you didn't already have them, that the current trend with alts is done, is not continuing. And then as that broke, really no reason to buy any alts over the weekend. Depending on your strategy, if you're an investor, if you believe in something long term, go for it. I obviously can't give financial advice, but to me, the channel's broken. Momentum was able to carry us kind of through, even though alts are so cheap. Momentum is still down, alts are still moving down. Clear sign for me to hold on to those shorts. That's what I'm using the channel as. Channel is now broken. The last thing I want to cover with this is the topic of liquidity. I saw a few different people talking about this on Twitter, and what they were talking about was how Dentacoin can be in the top 100 coins still. And the reason is, and this is a reason for tons of alts, and the reason that market cap is probably very misleading is because tons of alts are actually very illiquid, right? There's only $100,000 worth of volume each day. 17 Bitcoins, right? So if I try to market sell, I don't know, $20,000 or $50,000 or a decent sized, considerable position really in any alt, especially in Dentacoin, you're probably going to move the price of that coin significantly, right? So if you're a big holder in a coin that's way smaller than this, this number 61, and has less volume daily than 17 Bitcoins, you're kind of stuck. It's almost a forced hold, right? So tons of these market caps for alts probably are very fake or misleading, just because if you actually were to sell, or if anyone out there was actually holding Dentacoin and sold, the price would probably drop significantly. Interesting situation going on with Bitcoin Cash and Bitmain. Dive deeper into Twitter if you want to know what I'm talking about. The other topic of liquidity seems to be about, or there was a topic or a discussion about slippage and what that meant, and a little bit different situation, same concept though. So when you're looking at a chart, whether it's an alt chart or whether it's Bitcoin, that price you're seeing 6,335, that's only the indicative price. That's the first layer of liquidity, right? So that's the BBO, the best bid, the best offer. So let's just say hypothetically, obviously these are fake numbers. Let's say there's only one Bitcoin for sale at that price, or $6,335 worth of Bitcoin up for grabs at this price. If I want to market buy 5 Bitcoins, something like 35 or whatever it is, $1,000, what happens? Well, my order will be executed at $63.35 for the first Bitcoin. The rest of the Bitcoins will be submitted up the book, and they'll execute up the book. That's going to be the slippage. It's going to be the difference between the market order, the price that your order was selected and that you wanted it to be filled at, versus where it actually got filled as it triggered up the book. Same thing if you get stopped out, there's not enough liquidity at that price and it gets executed down the book, you could also see slippage there. So liquidity is a concept that I think maybe some traders, maybe some investors that haven't invested or traded in other assets are a little bit more unfamiliar with, but it is very, very, very important, whether you're looking at alts, whether you're looking at Bitcoin, different situations, same concept. So that covers everything I wanted to look at. Wrapping up and kind of tying in from last episode, I know I was talking about quantitative strategies and the coin is bought. If you were following along, that thing just had the best week since inception. So I think 2 trades up at least 10%. Also snuck in a nice Bitcoin short at the end of the week. So if you're interested in that, the link is still down below. It's a free tool, all transparent. Everything's time-stamped. Check it out. Who knows, could crash and burn, but I'm rooting for it. So that's all I got, guys. Those are the Bitcoin levels I'm interested in. Obviously, I'm looking at higher time frame stuff. I'm looking at the ETH channel. All that means to me is to hold on to my shorts, and then past that, liquidity. If you're unfamiliar, dive deep, learn a little bit more about it. It's important. That's all I got, guys. Signing off. Throw a like, throw a comment. Let me know you're live. Subscribe so you get notifications when I go live. And also, I have some podcast updates coming this week. I'm going to have some interesting guests on. I think you'll like them. So I'll see you guys soon. Have a good week. Earn some Bitcoin. Peace.